one-source content. I especially love watching a particular type of scene in movies or TV series, where the protagonist is single-mindedly and diligently honing a skill, accompanied by very inspiring background music. The protagonist doesn't have a single line of dialogue, only an extremely determined and focused gaze. Time flows clearly as they immerse themselves in this pure state, practicing day after day, undeterred by wind or rain, surrounded by emptiness, leaving nothing but practice, and more practice. The reason I love watching such scenes is that I know through this kind of dedicated hard work, the protagonist ceases to be a novice or a waste. Once they arrive, they can immediately start to turn the tables, and I can follow along with the protagonist, defeating all obstacles in our path. However, reality is not as straightforward as fiction. We cannot fast forward through this period of hard work like in movies to immediately enter the storyline after becoming stronger. Most people cannot endure this phase. They either refuse to start, give up halfway, fail at the last hurdle, or attempt to shortcut directly across. In the comment section of my previous video, The Strong Win, someone asked if there is a concrete methodology for cultivating determination. I thought of many methods, and ultimately concluded something unbelievably simple. Act like a fool without considering gains or losses. The reason I came to this conclusion is that I recently watched Soldier Sortie. After finishing the series, I also completed the original novel. In the novel, there is a line from Gao Cheng that was cut from the TV series. Gao Cheng describes Chen Kai as gazing at the moon from the treetops, wondering how high he can climb, not understanding that he must first touch the ground, become human, and then build a rocket to fly up. This is also why I've always liked the word evolution. It is an extremely slow, clumsy, and even brutal process, yet it is the only way to survive in the face of natural selection. Those who couldn't bear to come down from the trees, unwilling to abandon their initial resolve, are still gazing at the moon from the forest. To wield powerful mastery, one must undergo a long evolution. In my sophomore year, I wrote a novel, forcing myself to update 3,000 words daily without any saved drafts. It was extremely painful at first. I had to completely give up socializing and entertainment, immediately returning to the dorm to write after class. Initially, I frequently encountered writer's block, feeling frustrated, scratching my head. But later, I gradually found my rhythm, and words seemed to flow naturally from my fingertips. With this, I wrote single-mindedly, word by word, every day, for 3 months, until I completed a novel of over 200,000 words. That novel not only earned me my first significant income, but also significantly improved my writing skills, allowing me to seize many important opportunities in my life and achieve exponential growth. Reflecting on my initial motivation to write that novel, it had nothing to do with these outcomes. It was merely to make up for a regret in reality, driven by an extremely pure and clear mindset to write a story with a perfect ending. Just like Shu Sanduo building a road in the 5th class on the prairie in Soldier Sortie, he did it for nothing but to build a road, as doing this was meaningful enough in itself. If you want to achieve lasting determination, you must cut off fantasies, disregard gains and losses, maintain a calm mind, and persistently act without a sound. There is no other way. Unfortunately, those who mature early mature late, and the proud are often impulsive. In recent years, I have seen many people like Chen Kai. These individuals are very capable and highly perceptive, thus often having similar thought patterns. They must see clear results before taking action. Without a definite prospect or existing results from others, they are unwilling to invest. Once they decide to act, they constantly rely on their intelligence to find the best method and shortest path to quickly trigger a qualitative change and obtain results. However, these overly smart people often forget that between wanting and getting, there are 2 words: do it. Therefore, most of the time they return empty-handed amid probing and anxiety. So when I see Shu Sanduo's clumsy yet solid efforts and dedication, I find it especially moving and precious. The first time I watched the series, I liked Shu Sanduo's days as a king of soldiers. But on the second viewing, I preferred Shu Sanduo's days in the 5th class on the prairie. During that time of disappearance, with a calm heart and undistracted mind, he focused on building roads and marching step by step, not thinking about anything or why, just fulfilling his duties as a soldier. Later, Shu Sanduo also said that the days in the 5th class on the prairie were his paradise. If you can give yourself such a period of undisturbed time when you are young and most malleable, immersing in hard practice without distractions, focusing on honing a skill, you can fundamentally separate yourself from ordinary people and completely refresh your self-perception, spiritually reshaping an indestructible core. The author of Soldier Sortie, Lan Xiaolong, said he observed that those who reach a certain level all have some traits of Shu Sanduo, yet he never saw any in Chen Kai. Chen Kai and Shu Sanduo are actually two sides of the same person. For a long time, I was also like Chen Kai because he walked the fastest with flair. But moving further along, I rediscovered the answer. Now I believe the world will surely reward those fools who work diligently without seeking gains, as heaven favors the simple-minded.